Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to watching me polish my garden. So today I'm going to be working on my garden boxes. I'm going to be planting up some tomatoes and some other flowers. I've got all my stuff out here. I've lined things up and I think it's going to look really nice. Plus I'm excited to have some tomatoes. All I really plant in my vegetable garden are tomatoes because I love to make homemade salsa. I have a really yummy salsa recipe. And so that's what those are the only vegetables I have. And then I have a lot of flowers, of course, to attract bees. And my husband was nice enough to come out here last night and lay out all these soil bags. And I'm gonna turn you around and we'll look at it. Okay, so I have my raspberries here. These are ever-bearing raspberries. And then I planted a little stem of a fall gold raspberry in here, but it did not do anything. So I was at the garden center that's local here and I found a fall gold, and so I just plugged it in here. There was an empty space. I definitely wanted to try the fall gold. I might eventually kind of move these back ones out and then just have all fall golds on this row. You can kind of control it. So, and then I have my strawberries here, which have a ton of berries on them. Super excited about that. And then I have dahlias here. So I also have some dahlia tubers. Don't know the condition of them. They've been in this box for a while, but this is going to be my little dahlia section, which I love. It kind of covers this window. It gives that room a nice view out here with all those flowers. And I like that they're close and I can stake them up and use them as cut flowers. So that's what I'm going to do here. This dahlia is nice because I had a bunch of dahlias all along here a couple years ago, and I thought I had to pull all my tubers out. But I don't have to do that here, I don't think. I missed this one and it just comes up every year. So I'm going to leave these in here and have this be my little dahlia section. And I think it stays in the sun enough that it works. So that's my plan for that. And then over here, I have the Jazzberry Supertunia. This is the petunia of the year for proven winners. Love it. I did a few in here last year. And then I have the Angelonia Angelface White, which I think will be really pretty behind this. But I am gonna do, so it'll go Jazzberry. I love orange marigolds and they are really good for the garden. And then these taller Angelonia behind that. And then these in the back. These are the Mystic Illusion. Oh, I love them so much. They have this dark foliage and these nice soft yellow flowers. So I'll have a tomato cage here. I got the really tall ones that I'm going to use for my indeterminate tomatoes. That means they just grow and they just grow and grow and flower and flower and you can kind of trim them back. But I bought some really tall trellises from Gardner Supply, hoping that I could kind of take advantage of them climbing up and get quite a few tomatoes. So I'm going to try that this year. So I'm going to do one here, section of flowers here, a Roma tomato here in smaller cages because they're determinate. So the number of fruit they'll get is kind of determined. And so you don't really trim those back and they don't get super huge. But I do love Roma tomatoes for that reason. I love them for salsa. And then the same grouping of flowers here in this section. So it'll be flowers, tomatoes, dahlia, and then my strawberries and raspberries. So I think that will be really nice. As you can see, the soil is pretty dry in here. I'm going to come in and put in a bunch of garden soil. I don't add all new garden soil every year, but around each plant I do a new bag. And I have a few more bags in my garage. I'm going to bring a few more out here actually for this area because it definitely needs a little bit better soil. So I'm going to dump all these bags out first. Then we'll get everything planted, get my tomatoes in, get my dahlias in, and then I'll just lay out this drip tube here. So I have this soaker hose that I just wind around and I change it every year depending on the configuration that I have in my garden. And then I just hold it down with these staples here. This rosemary bush, it looked really good for 3 years and now it's kind of looking haggard. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that. Right now I'm gonna leave it. I might try to cut it back and see if it will flush back and cut any dead things off. In fact, that's what I'll try to do if I have time today. So let's get going. going to show you how I do this tuber here. I hope these are viable. We'll see. One of them did have a little growth on it. Oh, this has a little growth point too. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. You see that little growth? See how it's going up? These are the tubers, and I'm just going to set this. This is like an inch down in the soil. I've layered this up a little high, so this is good. I'm going to put in a little Biotone. And then, yeah, I think this is going to be great. And cover it up. I'm kind of mixing my clay soil with the good soil. And then just spread it back out. So that's easy as that. And then you just keep them watered. You can plant these a little earlier, like a couple weeks before the last frost, I think. But I'm just getting to it right now. It'll be fine. Okay, so I've got one here and one here. And then I had an extra little piece in there, and I just stuck it over here in this area. We'll see if it takes. It didn't look very healthy, but we'll see. They surprised me. Dahlias are done. Next up are my tomatoes, and I'll show you those. So these are my bigger tomatoes. This is the Big Beef Plus. I didn't realize I got the Plus. These are gonna be huge. It's staked up, so it's nice. I might stake this one up a little bit. It's having a hard time. This is a red Brandy wine, an heirloom tomato, and I really wanted to try an heirloom tomato because I've heard they taste better. I'm gonna plant those. These are gonna have the tall cages because they're gonna get quite big. As you can see, they're like already huge, but they're gonna be even happier in the ground. So let's get those in. And I wanted to say too, and hopefully you can see this, but anywhere you see these little fuzzy things on the side, those can root. And so I'm gonna plant this a little deeper just to make it a little more stable. So I'll probably plant it up to here. So I'm gonna pull off all these extra little stems and just clean that up. I'll probably plant it to like here. I'm gonna get rid of this one because you don't want it, you don't want any of these branches on the dirt because they'll rot. So I'm gonna plant it up to about here. Yeah. Okay, let's get this one in and then I'll do the other one, same thing. Look how pretty this color combo is. I had this last year, the Jazzberry and the Marigold here, just in the corners. Each corner here and here. And I knew I wanted to do it more, and it's just gonna be so pretty lined up like that. Plus I can come with my soaker tube and just do it in rows like this, which will be great. So now I'm gonna plant my Roma tomatoes. They don't get as big, so I'm gonna do them in this closer spot. That way I can just stand here and pull things. It kind of blocks this window too, which is nice. So I'll just do the same thing. I'll come and break off a few of these. They're so ready to get in the ground. They're going to be so happy to be in there. And then I'll put the tomato cages around them. I will probably come and stake them up a little bit too, just because they're a little bit floppy because they kept getting blown down in my garage, but they're still doing great. So 2 Roma 3 Red. So let's get those planted up. So I bought this Splicer. It's a 3/8 inch. I might buy another one if I need a little more tubing too, just to, you can kind of cut anywhere you want and add a bigger piece. If you need like another foot or two, you can always add them. And this is the right size here. If I can get out. Don't look at my nail polish. This has held up so well. I actually peeled it last night because it was starting to lift. I have worked in the garden every day this week and they held up for so long, but they finally just gave in when I did a bunch of dishes yesterday. Okay, so you have these little, you guys, I can't remember if these are called cinchers or crimpers or something, but you get this is the 3/8 inch, and I'll probably want gloves to do this, but you just put this on as far as you can, and then I'll put it on this side as far as I can. But don't get the 1/2 inch, don't get the 5/8 inch, the 3/8 inch is the size. And you can see that I can twist it and make it almost disappear. Hopefully that will be good. Before you do that though, you have to slide these on. All right, so slide that on, slide this on. Get this on, and then you use this tool. Can't remember what it's called, but my husband got these out. 3/8, and this is 5/16. I don't know which one's gonna work. We'll find out. That one's too big. Yeah, this one. So this just cinches it down tight. So you just twist, and it shouldn't leak. And that way I can still use this hose because it's still good. I just broke it in half. That one kind of slipped on me. Went over that. Next one I'll be a little more careful. But that's cinched up pretty tight. This one I'll try to do like right here. There we go. Okay. That should work. I'm gonna get my phone. Oh, I have my phone here, recording, and test it out and see if that's that wiper. Okay, so it's dripping. As you can see, these do spray. So it's holding good. Yay. And it looks like my whole line is working. It's gonna take a minute to work through the whole tube. So before I put this out, I definitely wanna check it to see if it's working. Looks like it's working good. It's finally getting to this area now too. See how much it sprays? I don't know if you can see that, but that's why I like to have it just buried shallowly so I can still have access to it, but doesn't waste water. Oh, there's a big hole right there. I might have to fix that. Yeah, I definitely think I'll take the end off that and try to fix it, but that's on the end, so that's kind of nice. It'll be easy to fix. So let's figure out how I want this tube. I'll probably have to run to the store at some point today to fix that, unless I can just take the end off, but I haven't worked with that before, so we'll see. I might be able to take that end off and just cap it lower. I think I can do that, so let's get going on this. To the store and got another splicer and these clamps, so I put those on, and then I just added this from another line, and it had an end on it because I definitely want it to end. So I made it a little long but I'll probably just wind it into here, probably like that, and staple that in, and that will be finished. I'm going to turn it on. Everything's looking a little wilty because it is the hottest time of day. This gets hit at the hottest time of day, which is nice because this garden needs a lot of sun. But I've got these cages up. I need to straighten them out a little bit. They're not like super straight, but they look pretty good and they're sturdy. I like them. I paid a little bit more for them, but I feel like my other cages just kept falling down, especially for my indeterminate tomatoes. So I think that will be really nice. They look kind of funny because they're super tall, but I can take those long branches and weave them through here, and that'll be so nice. And hopefully that'll work out good. All the tomatoes are a little sad, but I think they'll recover this evening as it cools down and then perk back up in the morning and be happy. But I think it's gonna look so beautiful. I'm happy with it. It's a few hours later again. Got everything done. Everything's looking a little bit happier, a little perkier. And I stuck these cute little art pieces in here. I think they're so cute, standing up above the flowers, and it looks really cute when they grow into them. I had them in my garden last year. I got them in a local grocery store, but they're so fun. And then the tomatoes are looking a little better than they were this afternoon. Hopefully they'll perk up. It's a little bit windy out here today, which is kind of frustrating. And then I have another little ornament piece there with the flowers. Oh, I love this jazzberry with the orange. It's so cute. I did leave a little space in the back, and as you can see, I did put a drip line back there. I think I'm going to be out of town for a couple days, but when I come back, I think I want to put some hollyhock seeds back here and always have them in here. I think that would be so pretty, very tall in the back. So that's my plan. That's why I put the drip line clear back there. But the cages look pretty good. I still need to straighten them slightly, but I do love these tall ones just because this wall's so tall, or our house is so tall right here. I think it adds quite a bit. And then I had a few marigolds left over, and so I planted a couple here and a couple there along the drip line just because they'll do well here. So that's it. I wanted to show you this rose right now because it is just so pretty. It's one of my favorite David Austin roses. This is its second year and it's on this obelisk, and it is so beautiful. Look at the pink that it has on it right now. It starts out a little bit pink. It's a bright orange. Look at this one. So pretty. And then it really gets lighter as it ages to this like light peachy shade. This one's almost done. Here, I'll show you this one. Anyway, it's so beautiful. I love it so much. And it's great in this spot right here. Anyway, that's it for the garden. I'm excited for this to really fill in. It's going to be beautiful. And thanks so much for watching this video. I got a lot done today. Perfect for me to go out of town for a few days. So I feel good that got done. So we'll see you guys. Bye.